Hello! Hello, everyone. Good day. Good evening, my little friends. How you doing? Well done, Quindley. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, Quindley. Well done. Hello, everyone. How you doing tonight? I hope you're well. I am sure you've enjoyed Anne's stream. The fungus lady was looking really good. Hello, Asgard. Hello, Gimli. Hello, Quindley. Hello, Zen. Hello, Pendrake. Hello, VCR. Hello, everyone. I don't know why I have hiccups. I have cartoonish hiccups. I'm like, like in the cartoons. Anyway, today we're working on our Siren Lady that we've been working on. We started there last week. We spent a couple of hours on her, and we're gonna see how far we can go with this one. Of course, she is heavily inspired by the Little Mermaid. So what I'm gonna be doing tonight, starting off, I think I'm gonna be changing a little bit the skin tone, push the shadows here and there. You can do it, Gimli. I have full trust in you, my friend. You can do it. So let me just quickly change the palette and get to work. So I'm not liking the skin tone because it's a little bit too flat currently. I would like it to have a bit more colorfulness to it. Although I do like the paleness of it, because, you know, it reminds me... No, the sponge is fine as it is. Until it starts walking, I'm usually okay with my sponge. Hello, 8. How you doing? I've been waiting. Hello. When the sponge calls me dead, that's when I usually clean it. All right. So yes, I do like the paleness of the skin that we have going on. Hello, Orby. Good day to you, Mister. Oh. And we're gonna be hello, BC. We're gonna be working on that. So let's start by shading just a tiny little bit. We're gonna be using our Reaper paints in one of the better ways to use them, which is for gentle. Repeat it with me. Gentle glazing. Very gentle. Hello, Hatress. How you doing, baby? Very, very gentle glazing. And we're gonna do that to shade a little bit the BB. So I'm picking a Reaper paint. The name doesn't really matter. It's just a reddish orange, which is perfect for shading skin tones. Very gentle. Today, on my own stream, for those of you who don't know me or might be interested, I saw Anne was working with a less colorful palette. So I'm chiming in with my own desaturated palette. Although I did use a very strong green for the OSL, but yes, we did work on something like that. Your palette camera is weird. The yellows are brown. No, my palette camera is fine. The sponge isn't yellow anymore, though. If that's what you're talking about. My sponge is many colors right now. No longer yellow. No, not my sponge. Was yellow, but now it's like brown. So you can see that if I glaze the color like this, I am creating a bit of a shading as well as making the skin tone a little bit more saturated without too much effort. And this is one of the tropes of my painting, in a sense that I work a lot like this. I sketch in the values and also give color a bit of color. But I'm not too interested from the get-go to get the right exact colors, because I'm always allowed to glaze to change it. And since I do use this kind of filtering at the end of a paint job to blend, it's perfect. Hello, Ragnar. Hello, Archon. See, like underneath the cheeks here, just a little bit of color. I'm not really trying to make it much darker. I'm just trying to make it a little bit more colored. That's all. I just want her to have a bit of life in her. And when working on skin tones, especially female skin tones, it is super common to end up in a situation similar to how our skin tone currently is, which is a bit grayed out on the pinkish side, but kinda grayish, lacking life. And that's due to the fact that the mid-tone chose to paint it is a little bit too grayed out. And because of that, all the colors around it are also grayed out. So if I glaze this orangier color over the mid-tones, focusing it in the areas of shadow, I'm gonna get a more vibrant skin tone, and then all I gotta do is just work on the lights of the skin, because they are too whitish. So for example, if I get myself a bit of a yellowish light color and work that in, it's gonna look a lot better. As always, I'm mostly using Reaper for my painting. For now, we have 2 Reaper paints on the palette. See, now I have a bit more of a yellowish color. It's a very vibrant yellow. And as we use it to highlight the skin tone, it's gonna feel a little bit more lively. Hello, Kuro. Good day. How you doing? As always, I think it's interesting to have, from a painter perspective, I don't know about the entertainment, but I do hope I can keep you company during the stream, but like, from a painting perspective, it is interesting to have people like Anne and me live on the channel back to back, because we have such different painting styles. And yet, we both use Reaper paints, and we both do it pretty well, I would say. So it's cool to see the variety of things you can do on a model using these paints. Like, I work with a lot more of a thick paint. I tend to place the paint and move it around, while she tends to work more in layers and thinner paint. Thank you, Kuro. That was the intention. So I'm glad you're feeling that way. Hello, Bioglip. It's okay. I was flirting with Quindley. It's fine. How you doing, man? Yes, I would. I would, Buglips. That's on you, though. Yeah. Just cleaning up the transition by making an in-between color so that I don't have a big block of light over a shadow, but I'd rather have more of a transition happening. But again, I'm not really glazing. I'm just base coating an in-between color. And the property of the paint that I'm using, which is Reaper, as well as the way I'm directing the brush, allows me to get a blend without really meaning it to, in a way. Like, I do mean to get a blend, but I'm not fussing myself about it too much. I just place the color and it sort of blends itself. And that's one of the important things to understand in mini painting, that everybody starts out mini painting with the fascination for blending. And that's because, you know, it is normal to admire the smooth blended paint jobs that you might see on Instagram or in general around. But the less you try to blend it, the more you will blend, pretty much. That's because you're not practicing enough. If you painted more, you'd be amazing. Also, I like your painting. Like, the army you've been painting is really good. I like it. Yes, it's a Labrador in a costume. That's my inspiration. I need to buy that thing for Athena. No, but I wish it was. That's good, Bug. Nice. She's getting a little bit schizophrenic right now, because she is in the teenager period. So she became a lady a couple of weeks back. So now for the next 3 months-ish, she's gonna act like a teenager. So she's gonna be very difficult to deal with, because she's always gonna look to be right and overall be annoying. But after this stage, I think she'll go back to being a nice baka. Hello, Joe. So you can see that we're just cleaning things up. And even though we took a very few brush strokes to the model, I don't know how long I've been painting this face for tonight, but how long have I been live? 16 minutes. Like, we did get the gradient pretty well set, even though we haven't really focused on blending anything. I just placed the colors. And I can show you what I mean, maybe, like this. Let me see, let me give you an idea of how I paint. So, we have these orange base coat. And then we can have our light base coat next to it. Now, we can all agree that these two colors aren't blending now, are they? They're not blended. But, if I get these two colors and I mix them 50-50, and I place the resulting mix in between the two, this is not gonna dry because it's not really primed. Let me do it on the model itself, on the base here, so that the paint actually dries. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna wet blend, and it's not gonna prove anything. But if I place an in-between color in between them, and then I have my light color at the end of it, no milk consistency, just normal painting. So you can see that I'm just drawing lines, right? I am not in any way directing the brush in such a way that, you know, I am doing anything to get the paints to blend. I'm just placing them next to each other. For now, all I am doing is base coating the colors so that they cover fully, so you can see the effect happen better. Because if you don't have full coverage, you're not gonna get a blend. That's also a big part of my painting. I work with full coverage. I am always fully covering my layers. So you will almost never see me work with paint that isn't base coat consistency. I am always base coating across pretty much all stages of the painting, except the very last stages. So yeah, we have these three colors here. We have the very dark, the orange, the very light yellowish color, and this salmony color in the middle, which is our first blend, so to speak. In a sense that I got the two colors, I mixed them 50-50, and I applied the mix in between them. Now, it's still not blended. The reason why it's not blended still, it's because the orange and the light yellow are very spread apart in value. By value, I mean brightness. The brightness difference between the two colors is too high. One thing you might have noticed, maybe not, and I'm gonna do another demonstration for you, is that colors like this one, let me just pick something with a bit more coverage so I can get it done faster. Like if I get a purple, which is like mid-value purple, and I get I don't know, like a grayish color, which is the same value. So you might think that it's difficult. You might think that it's difficult to blend the colors that are different. But actually, what's difficult is blending colors that are farther away in value. What I mean is that I can get this purple and I can get this green, and by just placing them next to each other, they are already blending. Are you noticing that? Like, you see that it's already difficult to exactly understand where one end and the other begins. While on this side here, it's very obvious that there is a difference between the three steps. This here is already murky, and if I get a single mix in between them, so like, I get the purple and the green together, and I get a grayish color. Let me just let this dry. But you will see that with just one in-between mixture, I can get the two to blend almost perfectly by doing vertical brush strokes, which means I am not even attempting to blend. I'm just painting a line in between. But if I apply this line here, in between the two, again, I'm not blending, I'm just base coating. There you go, you lost the colors. One is becoming another. See? You don't really see the difference between the two. They are blended because they are the same value. While colors that are very different in value, which is brightness, even if they are the same color, which is dark blue, blue, light blue, stuff like that, it will be much harder to blend because what's really actually difficult to blend is the lightness, not the color. Which means that this darkish orange is difficult to blend with this light yellow, even though they are the same color technically, because that's too much different. So, I got my in-between mixture here, and if I just add a bit more orange to my in-between mixture, which is I take it towards the orange a bit more, and I apply the new in-between color there. I can get the oranges to mix and blend. And if I add a little bit more of the light yellow to it, and I apply it in between the two, I can get the two to blend, see? And the more I do it, the more I create separate mixtures, the more I get a blend. And this is exactly how I paint. You don't see me thin my paints to skimmed milk consistency and then do 1 glaze, 2 glaze, 3 glaze, 25 glaze, 1 million glaze. I do base coats. This is the fastest way to paint. Not that I'm, pooping on other methods of painting. I'm just showing you my way. So this is how we got the skin tone to be. Just in between colors and just slap them on. And on top of this, if to this knowledge you add a bit of wet blending on the way, you get basically perfect blends in one brush stroke. Like for example here, I just placed my light color, and next to it I can place my orange, and since the two are still wet, I can just kind of tap the brush around and they will blend. No, this is way more than $200. This is literally like a mind-blowing tip, so I hope you make good use of it. And of course, like for minuscule changes, you can always resort to layering and glazing, and I do it all the time when I have to filter color. The in-between colors, how much percentage do they have to cover to the side colors? Not much, but it's important that they are applied on both of them. So the colors underneath will shine through the blending color, further mixing it. If you apply the blending color over only one of the two colors, you're just creating another layer. If you're applying it in the middle of the two colors, you're getting a blend. Two brushstrokes usually ruin everything, Moneta. Hello, Robbie. I don't know, like, are you familiar with, I don't know, like, puzzle games? Where you have to complete the puzzle. Maybe it's a Sudoku, maybe it's a chess game, maybe it's whatever. It's a puzzle, and you have to complete it with a set amount of moves, otherwise you fail. Like, get from A to B with these moves, or stuff like that. That's what mini painting is. The thing is, you don't have a set amount of moves, but your result will be better the least brushstrokes you do. If I can get a base coat on this thing, like, I can base coat this thing like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 20, 21 million. I can base coat like this, or I can base coat like this. This is a better base coat. Hello, hi, how you doing? Because it has the least amount of brushstrokes in it. That's why bigger brushes are better than smaller brushes, because you get stuff done in less brushstrokes. You will find the best painters use brushes above 1 in size. You will very, very rarely see one of the best painters in the world using a 00 brush, because we like doing broad brushstrokes. We do short, quick brushstrokes when texturing. Okay. I think I can just be quiet for the next hour and a half because I literally just said something that is worth thousands of dollars. So I don't have much more to add. Okay, let's work on the reds. Yeah, I like it too. I like it too. If you want some serious knowledge about miniature painting, go back in the VOD to before, like if you scroll back in the VOD, you will see there is a point where the base, the rim of the base has no paint in it. Go back to that moment and just have fun learning. I think bananas 8. Join my Patreon. There's a lot of knowledge there if you want it. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Also, if you want to support, you know, there's that too. Okay, so one cool thing to do red. Now I'll show you another cool trick. Today I feel generous. Red is a very difficult color to paint for most people. So let's say I want a light red. If I add the lighter yellow to this red, I'm gonna get a pretty nice looking red. It's a pinkish color, but it's also gonna have very low coverage. So what I can do instead is get myself a white. I can add white to my red, getting a much higher coverage color. Pure white is made of titanium, and titanium is the highest covering pigment you will find. And then, as my red is dried, I can go back to my original red, and I mean, when the paint is dried. After the paint is dried, I can just glaze my original red on top, and it's gonna turn it exactly how I wanted it originally with much less effort. So that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing. I need the hair to sparkle a bit more. That's great, Don't do that, Moneta. That would be very disrespectful of the other Reaper streamers. Also, I think and hope only mods can use that command. The red trick works with every color, Danny. So you see that the hairs are looking like neon pink right now. We can just thin our red. Maybe adding a bit of orange in it, just to make it more rustish. And then glaze. See? For allies doing red. Red plus yellow and red plus white titanium, right? No. You can just... If you want to, it depends how you want to highlight red. It looks beautiful in both cases. Red looks cool, looks nice when you add white, and it looks nice when you add yellow. When you're adding white, you are increasing the lightness of the color without modifying it. The problem with the color red is that we perceive it as a pink when we highlight it. If I get this orange and I add white to it, it becomes a light orange, right? If I do it with red, it doesn't become a light red, it becomes pink. Because we have created a name for the lighter version of red. So culturally speaking, we're making it pink, not highlighting it. That's like a cultural problem. So to skip that problem, you can add orange to your red, making it more yellower, and it's gonna look warm and nice. Or you can not care about any of that and just use pink if you can manage it. And I do. Like, I use pink all the time when I light my reds. That's pretty good, Gimli. Well done. Alright, let's paint some non-metallic. Yeah, I want to paint the anchor behind her. Yeah, sure. Well, we have this greenish color. Might as well use it. Vinegar blood. My wax is also a little bit dirty, but you know what matters is that the inside is good. I don't care if my tools look good, I care if they work. I love the Vex, dude. I love it. No, I picked them. I was even told that if I wanted, I could paint non-Reaper minis, but, you know. They have been very nice in saying that, but I don't wanna do that. I wanna paint Reaper minis. My choice is limited by the amount of minis I own, though. So, like, I think I'm gonna need another care package to come my way, so I can get a bit more mini to work on these shows. I would like the Reaper Bone, the Reaper 5 models, not all of them. I wouldn't even have the space to keep them. But, like, I would like some of the minis from it. Like, there's a dragon with a big nose, which looks exactly like me. And I would love to paint a self-portrait of the dragon. I mean, of me on the dragon. You know which one I'm talking about, Quindley? Really? Am I? I'm glad you like it. The Sky Earth effect, though, is easy as heck to do. Looks impressive, but it's very, very, very easy to do. So I would get bored of it. No, it's not this one. There's one that exactly looks like me, Quindley. I can't believe you haven't seen it. I'm glad Bug lives. Well, no, Mad, because if you have a chrome surface polished enough to reflect the Sky Earth, it means that whatever OSL you are going to be applying on it will basically be a flat base coat without volume nor value in it. Which means whatever the OSL is going to be a flat color, and then you're going to have Sky Earth. So it's two things that sound complicated on paper, but they're very simple actually. Dude, it looks like me. Like, I can't believe you haven't seen, like, you haven't figured it out yet. Looking at them. There's one that looks like me. Probably skin tones. Skin tone is the hardest thing to paint. Like a convincing skin tone is very difficult to pull off. I don't know, Bug. No, it's not that one. Gimli sent me the pics the other day. What are they? Hobby stuff, I guess? Yeah, it's this one. I'm gonna send it to you on Discord, Quindley. Oh, really? Looks like it has a much bigger nose from the picture you sent me. Well, I want to paint that one. Quindly, get Reaper to send me that dragon. Arrange it. No, I need to send an email. I just need to message Justin. Man, okay, from the pic Gimli sent me, that one has a much bigger nose. I'm going to keep it simple. But did it have that kind of nose, Quindly? Or did they change the sculpt? Ah, okay. We can give her a name if you want. I would call her Carmela. I prefer Carmela. Yeah, I was kind of close. Okay. So I glazed a color on this thing to soften the roughness of the light, because I didn't want it to be quite as strong. Again, going back to the way I paint, I tend to do this a lot. Blocking the colors and then kinda glaze over the entire area to smooth out and flatten things. I like exaggerating it because like it's a fast way of painting. I exaggerate contrast so I don't really need to build it up, and then I can take it down. I feel like it's faster that way than building it up. Hello, Marichella. How you doing, my little bibidina? I'm glad you are alive. How's it going? Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm a bit tired, but I'm good. When are you coming back home, Marika? I miss you, you know. Friday afternoon. Okay. Alright. I think I can take a short break from painting all of this. Hide my despicable appearance. And also, actually, go to the bathroom 1 second. I will be back in a moment, okay? Just a second. Hello, I'm back. I am back. It's because I really had to, Quindley. Because I really had to. I never told you you are not allowed, by the way. You can pee. Sure, my afternoon's work is here. Spooky bat! Oh, spooky! Spooky bat! I'm always fussing at people. Friendly, don't take it personal. Do anchors rust? Like back in the days, at the times of pirate and stuff like that, did they have like ways of not making stuff rust? Or did it just rust up anyway? Yes, okay. We can paint a rusty anchor then. You do know that this stream is pretty chill, Quinley, and you can go pee for 5 minutes. Especially if you don't tell people you are going. Because if you don't and you just go, nobody will know you have gone. Everybody just thinks you're sitting there, admiring my finger, and be like, oh wow, that's a beautiful finger. Oh my god, it's incredible. And then the finger goes,
Hello guys, I am Figurina. Welcome to the stream. Subscribe to Lucas' Patreon so you can do more. And look, I have a little hat.
Oh, look at Fingerino. He has a little top hat. What a beautiful little Fingerino. It's cute, isn't it? He's such a happy... I love you, Fingerino. I love you. You're such a good boy. See? Don't touch Fingerino. He's a good boy. Hello, Jack. How you doing? Fingerino is very cute. He's so happy. He loves living. He's such a cheerful guy. Whenever I'm sad, I just draw Fingerino, and he comes back to life, and he just goes.
Don't worry, Luca. Everything will be fine. You're just going through a dark moment, but it's always darkest before the dawn. You will be fine.
And Fingerino lifts me up, and I feel so cheerful. He's a good boy. I'm not killing Fingerino. I mean, if my father bursted through the door of my room shouting, I wouldn't really be surprised, Buglips. So I probably already have The Shining. I just don't know. What kind of music are national anthems? National anthems. I think it's a genre. I'm out. Goodbye, everyone. Have a fantastic day. I will see you never again. I am just gonna leave the country and go breed alpacas on top of a mountain. Stay away from these jokes. Ah, that's a terrible joke. MG, leave his body, yes. Vade retro, Satana. Vade retro. I speak Latin. Ah! Damnable. Damnable MG. Even when he's not here. I thought it was a serious question. That's the thing. I was like, I don't know. I wonder what genre is national anthem. God damn it. God damn it. Does any of you guys have questions for Fingerino? Maybe you don't have them for me, but maybe is any of you feeling down on their painting? Is anybody having issues on their puppets? Maybe you have questions about tools and brands and stuff. Ask Fingerino. He will reply to you. Just ask him anything. He's a nice guy. Wrong button. Hello, it is I. Narth Basian, Narth Thashan. Kardashian.
The soul of the dead.
Yes, Gimli, you have to. All primers. Every single primer on this planet needs to wait 24 hours, except one. I did figure out how to make a banner. I almost torched my house in the process, but I did. I also attempted to paint it, and it looked terrible. So I'm gonna have to paint it again, trying harder this time. Yeah, but like when you find that if you touch the model, the entire layers of paint come off, as well as the primer, and the whole paint job peels off. When that finally happens to you, you're gonna wait 24 hours. Or just use Rattle Can, because Rattle Can doesn't do that. Quindley, my fair lady, my mistress, can I ask you a favor? See, she's peeing! No, she's not. Do you have a... Can you send me a picture of a rusty anchor? You're the mod here, so I have to harass you and not Gimli or the others. In my own stream, I would ask Gimli to do it, but... Thank you. That's a very freaking... Do you have, like, a picture of a less rusty anchor? Like, you know. I'm not being needy. I'm trying to teach you guys the importance of using references in your painting, and the best way to teach is by leadership. If I told you, guys, use references in your painting, you wouldn't listen to me. But if instead I show you that I do use references in my painting, you'd be like, oh, well, see? So it's all a clever ploy to get you to use references. Also, I'm teaching you a great business perspective, which is learn to delegate. Only do the things that only you can do, and have somebody else do everything else. That's like business 101, dude. I am like teaching you how to live. You should thank me, not make fun of me. Yes, that's something I have to learn, Quindley. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. I'll need a picture of a slightly rusty anchor. Okay, so it's just a brown. Okay, I can do that. No, thank you. I think I got an idea. I think I'll follow the slightly long but more effective path of weathering. This is actually interesting what I'm doing here. So I am painting this anchor to look not weathered at all. So I'm looking it to be shiny. I am painting it to be shiny. And then I'm gonna fast forward the time and make it weathered on top of the shininess that I painted. So it's gonna look more believable than introducing rustiness from the get-go. Because it's gonna be more random and more efficient. More effective, not efficient. Efficient would be to have the rust immediately added to the paint job. This is gonna be slower, but more effective, I think. Weathering always looks best when it's done on something that is not weathered, but it's fully painted to look clean. She's sitting on it. Moneta. Do sirens have bums? Can sirens sit? Because if a siren can sit, that means that also a fish can sit. But fishes can't sit. They don't have a bum. So neither do sirens. So she's leaning on the anchor. She's not sitting on it. Because she can't. She doesn't have a bum. Because they don't have a bum. Ah, okay, right. I thought that's why I am into sirens. I was like, what? Okay, let's see if my genius master plan has worked. Or not. I hope it does, because otherwise I'm gonna be a sad packer. But, let's see. So, rustiness, as we established, is like a brownish color. So we can begin with that. But rather than uniformly glaze it, I'm gonna do the beginner glazing. You know, when you are a beginner to glazing and you kinda tint the paint very badly and you don't really use the right amount and you just go like this. That's kind of the glazing I'm gonna be doing here. I'm gonna uniform it a bit to get rid of brush strokes, but the idea is to have it be a bit random. I can just do like a thin layer and then on top do a more stippled one as well. And then with a bit of a orangier color, which we already have on the poulet, we can do more stipples inside of the area of the BBD, especially in the points of connection between details. So like on the edges of things. But also like dots like this. And then on the edges. We can go light. Well, in this case, yes, Moneta, because we're not trying to make the edge lights be clean, but we want to make it look like the edge lights are also rusty, but the rust came off from the edges, revealing the metal underneath. Because of the friction. I love friction. I mean, that's understandable, game. Considering. Pretty cool, no? At least the part we have painted. Getting non-metallic to look weathered is very difficult, but like, this is a way. Hello, Chaos. So yeah, let's just keep going on the rest. Don't touch what? Sorry. Ah, okay. I forgot to base coat this side. Just a gray with a bit of green added in it. But like, all grays are nice when you don't use pure grays. I guess that's tip number 3 for the day. Never use pure gray in your painting unless you absolutely have to. Because the gray you get by mixing black and white together, and only black and white together, looks sterile and boring. Always give it color. Lol, Kai. I come from the future. I have been told that the only way to save humanity is by subscribing to Mietu's Den Patreon. So I am here to sponsor it. I gotta sneeze. Half of the planet is about to be blown off. No, I come from Russia. I mean Italy. Suka. I don't think they would risk a massive political explosion to detain an American citizen just because they feel like it. So no, I don't think so. I think you will be treated very nicely actually if you go to Russia as an American. I don't know, I've never been there. So I don't know, but I would assume. Yeah, exactly. Like if it does happen, just say you went to buy Rublev brushes. It'll be fine. I want to visit Texas. I want to buy a cowboy hat. I want to walk up to somebody and be like, "Howdy, partner. How you doing in this fine day?" And then get shot 25 times. But that's what I want to do. I've been promised many burgers when I come to Texas, as well as going to a shooting range. I want to shoot an M1 Garand. Even my nose, Chaos? No, it was American. The idea would be to come next year for ReaperCon. I was supposed to come this year, but, you know, COVID. So hopefully, in the span of a year, we'll be able to get rid of that thing, and I can come. The British had the Lee Enfield, I think. The Germans had the Gewehr, and the Italians had the Grandma's flip-flop, which were considered a weapon of mass destruction. So that's why we didn't do very well, because the Geneva Conventions forbade us from using our Grandma's flip-flops as weapons, because they were too powerful. Yes. It can hit you from the opposite side of the house. And like, nowadays, Grandma's flip-flop are just made of, you know, like a spongy material. But back then, the heel was made of wood. So, that was a very dangerous weapon. Which is a very nice way of saying I own guns. Yes. If you did own guns and didn't want anybody to know, you'd be like, no, I don't own any gun. Pro tip for the future, my friend. I own as an arsenal. Thai as an arsenal. He sent me a picture. It's like he's ready to invade 6 countries with it. And it's not even American, it's German. I don't even know how he got the permits to have half of those guns. Because, like, some are assault rifles and stuff. Like, I don't... I'm pretty sure Ty is in the Secret Service and he just hasn't told me. No, he's German. He's not Swiss. Yeah, Danny. That's true, Quindley. I don't get the gun obsession either, I'll be honest with you. Guns scare me, to be honest. Because, like, having a gun, to me, I don't want to judge anybody. I don't want to judge anybody. I'm just saying that, to me, having a gun in your house just means your arguments can escalate in a way more violent way than they would normally do. Because it takes a lot more guts to stab somebody than shoot them. So, like, I don't know, I'm always afraid of guns, honestly. Even when, you know, kept for the intent purposes. That said, I would like to shoot one, just to try it. Especially World War II guns. I'm not particularly interested in automatic weapons. I want to try, like, single shot rifles. I would like to try a Gewehr and an M1. I know the Gewehr basically was stupidly deadly accurate as a gun, but Germans never really used it in the intended way, and they always really braced in a very odd way while shooting with it, because the gun was deadly accurate but kicked like a mule. So German soldiers, over the course of one day of battling, weren't really feeling like shooting the gun accurately because it was kicking them like they were being shot every time. So I would like to try that, to see how hard of a kick it gives. This is not the right stream to talk about this. Really, did you get demonetized for this kind of stuff, Quindley? Wow, YouTube got strict, man. Also, Reaper actually makes money from adverts on YouTube? That's good. It's like, I have a few videos on YouTube, but I never saw a single cent. Thank God I don't upload my own Twitch streams on YouTube. I'd be in Guam right now then. I mean Guantanamo, sorry. That's pretty good, Chaos. Get it set up, dude. Get some puppetry going on. To be honest, today's stream should be edited for the first 30 minutes where I explained the things about blending and stuff on the base. And only that should be uploaded with some stupidly clickbaity title like 3 pro tips you didn't know or stuff like that. Because it would get the clicks. I would love to paint some World War II and Napoleonic minis. I really need to... I need to pull the trigger and paint a couple of historical minis just to see how I feel about it. Because maybe I would do well painting historical. Marika has been telling me to do it for like years now, and I haven't done it yet. Mostly because I'm afraid I'm gonna fall down a rabbit hole. But I don't really care about the bug lips. Because you might think that I care about colors, but I don't. Because for me, colors don't mean anything. In my way of painting, all that matters is value and volume. Color is just a tool, but if I could paint in black and white, I would. I don't care. So following a color scheme, I don't mind it. Oh yeah, that was the plan, Bug. I would do 54 plus. I wouldn't be doing armies. I don't know, Pendrake. Up. Thank you for the raid, dude. Welcome in. How you doing, guys? I like 54 mil scale. It's a shame that we don't really have it in fantasy. Well, this was a pretty effective and fast and non-metallic rusty BBD. Like, I don't know, maybe I am on drugs, but it feels like it doesn't even look non-metallic. Like, it looks like a true metallic that's been washed and weathered. Like, it feels very realistic. But maybe, you know, I'm just stupid. I'm well, Cab. I'm well. Thank you, Quentin. And this is it, my little alpaca friends. It's been very, very nice being with you guys. Thank you for joining us on this Reaper stream. I hope you have enjoyed this, and you can take this as inspiration for your own painting. If you want to, you can join me on my own stream. I'll be live again Friday. Friday. I'm probably gonna be working on this guy. Friday. I'm gonna keep working on this little angel dude that we started the other day. So yes. And what else? Nothing. I have a Patreon where I teach mini painting. Tomorrow I'm gonna be spending the day working on this mini so I can have the video uploaded on the paint job of this model here. For now we're just working on the Sharky boy. Still lots of work to do, but you know. And what else? I love you. So thank you for being here. Have a fantastic day, everyone. I'll see you later, my alligators. Have a good one. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.